Yeah. There we go. Well, hello there, whoever you might be. Do a little bit of live here during the daytime. So, trying to figure out how to balance the light here. Pretty much got to draw the curtains to get a good balance of light, but we'll do what we can. All right. We have been sitting here all day today because we are still waiting for our Virginia permit to come through. So this morning I was able to get my laundry done. I got a video uploaded. I started working on a second one, but got to get the clothes folded here first. So, get that put away. So we're going to do a little live feed while we do this. See how absolutely bored somebody could be to watch somebody else fold laundry. But we'll see what we do. Yeah, well, this is part of trucking that very few people ever see. You still have to do all those same things that you do in a house. You have to do your laundry. You have to wash dishes if you do dishes, if you cook like I do. You have to vacuum the floor. You have to make the bed. You have to, go to the grocery store. You have to, buy those things that you need to live in the modern world. Shampoo, paper towels, various cleaners, and you got to buy your vitamins and all that other jazz. Still got to do all that stuff. It's taking place in a in a little tiny room. Just happens that little tiny room is on wheels. There's not much to say about that. I mean, it's so it's not perfect. It's not as easy when you have the space to do it. But it still needs to get done. So, being practical about it is, for me, it just got to be done, I mean, if I was in a regular apartment, getting up and going to a non-truck driving job, I still have to do all that stuff at home. So, where's the difference? I still have to, live, and I still need clean clothes. I still need to put them away where I have a place to walk. I'm not stepping on them. They're not falling in the trash. They're not just laying all over the bed, just, normal everyday life. This is not the most exciting kind of thing, but, This is why I called my channel This Trucking Life, This Trucker's Life. Because it's not glamorous. It's not that flippin' interesting in reality. I mean, like I said, I do it simply as a diary for myself. All right, well, while I'm thinking about it, do a little truck tour here. All right, so this is right behind the driver's seat right here. Driver's seat's right there. So we got, tall cabinet here, goes all the way down to the floor. Got my refrigerator up above. Tiny little thing, which, blah, blah, blah. So, inside the door, shampoos and soaps I picked up from the various hotels I've been in. Eyeglass, hair care, NyQuil, medicine, soap, alcohol, just various toiletry stuff there. All my underwear right in here. My light weather socks and my Ingenie socks and my Vibram 5-finger shoes. See, they got the individual toes. I sew those all right in there. Here I have t-shirts. Here is shorts. I mean, I just do these slippers in there. But shorts go in here. Winter socks. And, pajama bottoms are all in the bottom there. Let's turn that down. In this bottom one here. So, vast majority of my clothes fit in here. I have some hoodies. I have 3 hoodies. My long pants I just tuck up into the cabinet. This side I keep all my camera equipment. Got hats up there. Sheets and towels there. And just whatever I need to shove in there, I shove right there. The other side, behind you, which this mirrors pretty much. I got cooking stuff and various other things just tossed up in there. Stick these out the way here for a second. Yeah, I'm pulling the sheets off the bed while I'm doing this. Trying to be as neat and organized as I can while doing this. That way I have the room to maneuver, which you don't always get. All right. So another pair of pajama bottoms here. I have 3 pair of pajama bottoms. A really light pair, a heavy, felt like, really soft, super cushiony, and these flannel ones. And like I said, you don't have the room really to do a lot, and it's built for, the average truck driver, not the one that's in the truck full time like I am. Trucks are, your typical sleeper truck is built more for the guys in the truck for 2.5, 3 weeks. He goes home for a couple days and just takes everything out. Which, that's well and good, but that's not, what I'm doing. Hey, Timothy, hey, everybody. It's a bit of impromptu today. So, not exactly too worried about too many people coming in. I mean, the more the merrier, definitely. But, I'm going to turn the AC on here because it is getting a bit warm. So, pardon the noise for the AC. But just doing up the laundry. I did 4 loads of laundry because it piled up a little bit more than I wanted it to, but you know, there you go. Like I said, the same thing that applies to being in a house, it's the same thing a truck driver's got to deal with. And I will be coming back on at 6 to 6:30 to do a nighttime live stream. We'll see how maybe there's be a little more for a few more people there at that time, because that's what I want to try to do on the weekends: a 6 to 6:30 Eastern time live stream, both Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, whenever possible to do that. But I figured I'd just go ahead and throw it on, see who was up, who was just goofing around on the weekend. We are in Crossville. Let's see here. We are in Crossville, Tennessee, at the old Pilot here. Got here yesterday about 5 p.m. and shut it down. I am waiting for permits that'll let me go into that'll let me get into Virginia, because I'm on an oversized load right now. I need to put my glasses on so I can see the screen from this distance. Well, that 5 to 6 hour time difference is definitely going to affect that, Timothy. It is currently 2:25, 14:25 here on the East Coast, Eastern time zone here in the United States. Like I said, I'm in Crossville, Tennessee, off of Interstate I-40. Like I said, we are carrying an oversized load today, which we're taking up to from Grady, Arkansas, on up to Tappahannock, Virginia, out near the Chesapeake Bay. April, how you doing? Yes, it has been a while. I ain't seen your name popping up anywhere on my live stream or anybody else's. Mr. Blood, what up? Don't worry, Blood. This is not going to be a warp speed video, much to your disappointment, so you have to listen to me ramble on at normal speed. But like I said, just kicking around here in Tennessee, between Nashville and Knoxville on I-40. We waited here all day because we are waiting for permits, which will allow me to drive into Virginia, because we are oversized. We are 10 foot 2 inches wide and 14 foot 2 inches tall. And standard width is 8 foot 6 inches and 13 foot 6 inches tall. We are not overweight. We are not over length. We're just tall and wide. We are carrying a John Deere 8295 tractor. And we're taking this, like I said, up to Tappahannock, Virginia. We had no problems getting our permits for Arkansas and Tennessee. They came relatively fast, but Virginia, before the end of the day Friday, did not want to give the permits. So here we sit. Well, yeah, could be if the beaches are often cleared by sheer boredom. I mean, all right. And here's a pair of pants that I will probably never wear, and I don't have an iron. A pair of somewhat decent slacks. Had to buy these so I could go to court on the 24th of October for when I was hit in Haines City, Florida. So, I'm the victim. I had to buy a tie, a shirt, a pair of decent shoes, so I can look somewhat presentable going into court. Haircut, shave, all the things that I don't normally do. I don't look like the typical country bum that I normally do. The weather, it's getting cold. Winter is setting in, so it for the past week or so, it's been getting down into the low 30s at night. Last night was just about 30 degrees. I'd say a little over a week, I've been getting down to the freezing mark every night. Well, that's the thing. That's kind of the way I've always been. Which I think some of that is lacking nowadays, especially by what I saw at court and what I've had to deal with when I was actually in a job where I had to hire and fire people. Too many people, even 15, almost 20 years ago, would show up to a job application, a job interview, wearing torn up jeans or shorts, a tank top. I mean, just come in off the street like, hey, whatever, like, are you looking for a bum? Here I am. Like, no, I'm sorry. If you can't come, I can understand if you don't have the money and you're desperately poor, but to a certain extent, you can clean yourself up a little bit. You can make an attempt, make a tie out of a piece of paper. I would have more respect for you that way when I was hiring people. And I use that as an analogy because I actually had that happen. I was working at Pizza Hut, and I was hiring drivers and pizza cooks and whatnot. This 40-something-year-old guy, down on his luck, wasn't having having problems, and I had 3 or 4, I consider them kids, early, late teens, 19, 20, 22-year-old, supposedly grown adults, coming with T-shirts, coming in their pajama bottoms, coming in just slack-jawed and just acting like a fool, and wondering why I wasn't hiring them. Well, because you showed up like you thought you were on vacation. No, you're asking me for a job. I'm going to give it to the guy who deserves the job. Like I said, this guy was 30-something, going on 40, going through a real rough time. He wasn't able to bathe. He wasn't able to get a haircut. He didn't have the money for that. But he did his best to come. So, he took a comb. He slicked back his hair with some water. He washed himself off in the in the church bathroom. He made a tie out of paper. He had a little small sewing kit, so the holes he had in his blue jeans, the holes were sewn up at least a little bit. He was trying. He was trying to impress me, and that always stuck with me. It's like, why can't more people, especially when they have the money to do so, Why can't they come to a job interview like they want the job? Like I said, for several years now, I've not needed a tie. I've not needed a dress shirt, dress slacks, dress shoes. Let me get these out here. I mean, these are the shoes I bought from Walmart. You know, not the greatest shoes in the world. It's typically not my style, but you know, I bought what was available, and I went to court, you know, dressed appropriately. Now, the worst part about it was I'm being subpoenaed to court, even though I'm the victim of being hit in the parking lot in Haines City, Florida. So I have to take time out of my schedule, get a load down there, get myself, you know, set up. So $100 for the clothes, another $30 for a decent haircut and shave, like another $50 or $40 for an Uber to and from the courthouse. And the worst part about it is, I never even made it inside the courtroom. I checked in with the bailiff, waited there for like almost 3 hours. Oh, and then the bailiff comes out and says, "Oh, you're dismissed." Big waste of time and freaking money, which, you know, wasn't happy about going there anyway. But, you know, other than that, you know, it's like I said, and I was one of only 2 people. There's about almost 3 dozen people sitting outside the little courtroom there. Only 2 of us had ties on. Well, I agree, Blood. I agree, but the possibility of me having to go to court again are pretty remote, and there is just barely enough room for the stuff I have. When I went back through Georgia, you know, this last time going out to Texas, I had to drop off about, I don't know, a big old duffel bag about this size full of stuff, get that back off the truck so my sister can store it at her house. You know, I mean, I do some organization things like this, but I'm going to make some actual plywood shelves that all this stuff is built in, so I'll gain another 20% actual usable space, maybe 25, 30% of usable space, so I could be able to fit more clothes in. Every one of my clothes should be able to fit in this cabinet at that point. My shoes, tie, belt, all should be able to fit in this cabinet. Then I'll do the same on the cabinet that's right below you. That, I have all my toiletries. Well, some of my toiletries, my kitchen, all my dry food stuffs will be in there. Well, I have thought of using a hammock, but if you look back at my channel for the previous season, episode 76, I believe it is, and I've touched on it after that, but when I had another bunk up here, a double bunk, dang, that light's cutting right across my face. Sorry about that. When I had a double bunk, I built a shelving system up there that I had all the space in the world that I needed. But since now this is a single bunk, I have to do something a little bit different. And underneath the bed, I'm going to be building a platform that stands up almost a foot high. So the mattress is going to be raised up. Underneath the bed is where all that storage is going to be gained. So I just have to build that. And then up the back here will be a sheet of plywood with little like 3.5, 4-inch wide shelves, 2 or 3 of them all the way across. So I'll gain the storage capacity and organization that I need. It's just it just takes a little time to do that, and I still am working on the actual design and then I need the time to build it. And I need the tools to be able to cut it and whatnot. So, it'll happen, and I'll gain that storage back that I've lost by moving from the Kenworth to this Peterbilt. But it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, I have to get used to it. I have way too many T-shirts. I mean, I have my Deadpool T-shirts. I have Guardian of the Galaxy T-shirts. If you're from England, if you're from Britain, or you like British comedy, you'll know what that shirt means. Small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden. If you're a fan of some British comedy, you'll know what that shirt's from. And it's always fun, wearing this out where nobody knows that show. So, like I said, but today is just a slow day. I can catch up on things because, like I said, I can't go into Virginia. Half of my clock was already used up, so might as well do two birds with one stone type of thing. I have to wait all day Sunday anyway, so I might as well wait, reset my clock, and then that way, come Monday, I'm running with a full 70 hours. And just like I said, just try to get everything together. Yeah, the TV show is called Red Dwarf. It's a British comedy. Came out in 1989. 1989? Yeah, it was 1989, the day after my birthday, if I remember correctly. It was February 9th, 1989. It came out. And it's still running today. I mean, granted, it goes on and off, but but for the most part, it's been a good comedy show for going on 30 years. They've only done 12 seasons. So no, the clock going back hasn't affected me because I was asleep. That's number one. But two, I cross time zones so often it doesn't deter me one little bit. And Friday, I came back. I came across the time zone, or Saturday. Am I in Eastern time now? I can't remember if I'm in Eastern time right now. Whatever, But I move across the time zones all the time. Almost every couple of days, I'm crossing a time zone, it seems like. So, it does affect, my driving, for the simple fact I got to make sure that I can get to a parking spot. I can get to, I can get to a parking spot. I can get to my shipper and receiver on time. So it does affect me a little bit, but not a whole heck of a lot. It's a pretty minor inconvenience when daylight savings time comes and goes. It's like, I think daylight saving time is a waste of freaking time anyway. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for you. You still have the same number of hours in a day. You still have 24 hours in a day. Because daylight savings time, I think, was first introduced in England by a Yorkshire carpenter. And of course, it's been adopted during wartime, especially World War I and World War II. It was adopted, A, to confuse the enemy, B, to maximize daylight hours, that the war fighting aspects of civilian life could maximize the benefits. But for regular civilians, not during wartime, I just don't find it all that useful. All it does is confuse people, and it's an excuse to be late to work the next day. That's really all it is. All right, like I said, we got 2 of these duffel bags jam-packed full of clothes, of bed linens, hand towels. We got 2 full duffel bags done, and 1 duffel bag is usually 2 good loads in the washing machine. Well, and there's places where they don't even abide by it. Certain places, I think in Arizona, that don't abide by it, and I think one state up in the Northeast doesn't abide by it. So it's like, it really has no real actual benefit to anybody. But it's become custom. It's become law for the government. So it's like everybody, most people just shrug their heads. So whatever, Like for me, like I said, 24 hours is 24 hours. No, change of law by a human being is going to change that. Well, I shouldn't probably say that, but the measurement of time runs on a human scale. So yeah, it is basically up to us, but at the same time, it's more artificial than we need. All right, so we got some long pants, which we're going to be starting to wear a lot more. Whenever I don't have to go to the customer, or whenever it's summertime, or I'm in the truck, all day, every day, definitely I'm not going to wear my jeans. I'll just wear my shorts. A, it's more comfortable. B, it's more comfortable. And C, it's more comfortable. When I was cutting trees and being a landscaper, all day, every day, it was fine, but I'm sitting in a truck all day. I don't need to be uncomfortable, So, I just put the pant. That's why I have a pair of overalls. So I'll wear my shorts all day. Get out of the truck to go, deal with a shipper or receiver. Pull the overalls on. Bam, done. Works, so much faster, so much easier. But like I said, for the most part, try to stick to shorts. Just to be as comfortable as I can, because 48 years old, I've already done all the uncomfortable crap. I don't get any extra points or money for being uncomfortable, so I don't do it. I don't wear boots all day long every day, just because I eventually will get out of the truck and into muddy territory. Inside the truck, I wear my Vibram 5 fingers. I wear comfortable footwear. Rarely would I put on socks in the truck. That's why I have slippers. If I want to put something on my feet in the truck, I'll put on slippers. It's faster, it's easier, They don't get as dirty as quick. I'll just throw these on. But for the most part, it's too many truck drivers think that there's a certain dress code for being a truck driver. Oh, you can't wear sandals. You can't do this. You don't look like a truck driver. Well, that's your opinion, and I really don't care. I spent too many years up a tree with a chainsaw in my face, getting covered in dirt and blood and rotten, tree goop, digging in mud and dirt, 15 hours a day. I don't need some truck driver telling me how to dress. And like I said before, I'll go to a job interview, shirt and tie. I'll go to court, shirt and tie. Hey, TJ. How you doing, sir? Just doing the old laundry here. Getting things put away. And yes, I'm not folding my socks. I never do. Well, the regular everyday socks, I don't fold. My heavy wool socks for wintertime, yes, I do fold them. I know it's a weird, quirky thing, but, that's just the way it be. Here we go. So we're just getting things. We got our laundry done today, which has been put off for far too long. So now we're going to roll this up and tuck this away underneath the bed, where it's about the only free space I truly have. There we go. Yeah, some people roll them. Some people fold them up and tuck them in. Like I said, my regular everyday socks, I just cram them in the drawer. It's like, bam, just throw them in. All right. So I got to change the sheets on the bed as well. Right. Put things away where they want. My exercise bands, yes, they do get used. Don't let the gut fool you. They do get used. Don't tell anybody I just lied. They're just there for appearances. So I can lie to people on the live stream saying that I do exercise once in a while. Lifting a corn dog into my mouth takes energy. Don't let anybody lie to you on that. All right. So, like I said, it's an easy day. Like I said, sat around, got the laundry done. Now just making sure that it's somewhat neat and organized. T-shirts. All right. So, like I said, my dish towels for whenever I'm cooking, these are invaluable. My pillowcase covers. Stick that right there. Since I'm going to be pulling these right back out, I'm not going to worry about folding them. I'm just going to tuck them in up here, get them out of the way real quick. All right. And you can see how limited amount of space that one actually has in a truck. Right behind me, right here, is the back of the driver's seat. Knees are bumping right into the bed. That's your floor space right there. Another pair of underwear away. There we go. Alrighty. So move this up closer to the window over here so I can take this stuff out. All right. So hoodie, all my hoodies and long sleeve shirts are right there. My quick throw on flannel long sleeve shirt usually just stays up there. I usually don't worry about it too much. Throw that up there for the moment. Try to figure out which process to do next. Whatever. Let me put my my pants away. Put that up there. Put that in there. Right. Hoodies and long sleeve shirts go right there. Basically, got to kind of cram them in because there's ain't the room to put it in nice and neat. Long sleeve shirts, i.e. sweaters, jumpers, whatever you want to call them. Sit right there. All right. Sit that right there for a second. I'll fold those t-shirts up in a moment. Well, that needs to go in the toiletry bag. There we go. The hat up there. These shirts are already folded, so these ouch. These are going to go in here. Whoop-de-flip and do. All right. I'm going to stick that right there. All right, so wow, not much work when it's on cruise control, blood. It's really not much work when it's on cruise control at 70 miles an hour. It's more. I get more exercise yelling at stupid drivers on the road when they don't drive up to my standard. All right. Okie dokie. Looking halfway decent in here. I say halfway because it's never complete to my satisfaction because I often don't get around to doing it. All right. Crackers, need to put those in the food cabinet. That in there. That. Now here's my normal GoPro setup. Right. So I got a GoPro Hero 7 Black, microphone on top. I got the audio adapter down here, and I got a case that holds both of them. That's my typical videoing setup. Let's see. Sometimes I'll be using my iPhone 7, which I'm going to be replacing here as soon as I can. Yamaseo, I believe that's the correct address, but my Korean is not perfect or almost non-existent. So I apologize if my Korean greeting was incorrect. That's the only one I know and remember. I lived in Japan for 10 years. I did not live in Korea. I know very little. I believe Yamaseo is more for the telephone, if I remember correctly. But it's good to have you in. Thank you for coming back. 6 a.m. in Korea. But I do enjoy watching your videos. I love seeing how you maneuver in such tight spaces. Here in the United States, we don't get a lot of super tight spaces anywhere compared to what you have. So, I enjoy watching, how you drive near Seoul or Busan, near, all the way down the Southern Peninsula. I do like seeing how you navigate the roads there. It's always instructive seeing how truckers drive in different parts of the world, from Russia, Europe, England, America, Canada. It's always interesting to see how other countries do it. Like I said, I lived in Japan for 10 years, 1974 to 78 and 82 to 88. I never got to drive there, but I've walked a lot of streets, rode a bike a lot of places, the bus, the train. I took it almost everywhere as a kid. So, it was, it definitely gives me an appreciation for how tight and narrow some of the streets are that you have to deal with. And, thank you for doing what you do there, because I know, getting those products to their in location is the same for America, the same in Europe, the same in Asia, Korea, Guatemala, everywhere. It's always the same. You still have to get it there, get it on time, get it there safely, deal with the people who can't drive. But other than that, being a truck driver is being a truck driver, right? There isn't a whole lot that's too different. There's more similarities that I've seen than differences. Whether you drive on the left side of the road or the right side of the road, whether you're driving a cab over truck or a long nose, big American truck, it doesn't matter. You're still holding that wheel. You're still looking left, looking right. You're still frustrated because you can't get the job done because people are getting in your way. But other than that, it's not too bad. All right. So we're going to get these, the bedding off here. Yes, it may seem like a lot of blankets, but it is going into wintertime. Ag hauler, you really are that bored that you have to watch an old live feed? It's bad enough you're watching this one. I mean, you got to be really bored to be rewatching a live feed from yesterday. I think someone needs some mental help there. And you actually listened. Wow. And you hear me ranting and raving the same thing that you do every day. So it can't have been that interesting. Hey, I appreciate the watch time. All righty. Dirty sheets off the bed. And here underneath the, let's see if I can angle that down. So right under here, underneath the bed here, let me open that up a little bit. This is where I keep my hamper. So all my dirty clothes right in there. Keeps the odor down a little bit. Keeps it a little bit neater in here. So, like I said, when I had a double bunk, I had that space over top that was a little bit easier to keep things, but this is a single bunk truck, so you got to be a little bit more creative with it. Let's see here. In Texas, well, I'm heading the opposite way out to Virginia. Just came out of Arkansas. So heading up to Virginia, up to the Chesapeake Bay. All right. There we go. I have not made dinner yet there, sir. Hadn't really thought about dinner. Haven't been able to get to the store because I've been on the permit loads a little more recently, and the time between dropping one load off and getting to the next load, I haven't had a whole lot of time to stop by the store. So I'm running a little bit short on food. And I have some pastas, pre-made pastas. Basically just kind of boil up the noodles and throw the sauce on and heat it up. But that's about the extent of it. And kind of sick of it too. It's like I do have some rice I can make. I do have some tomato sauce, pasta sauce. I got some onion. I got some herbs and spices that I can make something. But I really don't want that. It's a little too heavy for me right now. And the fact that I'm trying to be a little bit more controlled with my meals. That is also basically contributing to me eating just a little bit less, which I need to do anyway because becoming a fat slob. Approaching 50 years old, that doesn't help. Having a rather sedentary career as a truck driver, that definitely doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, I'm lifting chain and ratcheting binders down and throwing straps and stuff like that, but that's still not that great amount of exercise. And that's why I try to do some yoga. Hey, I guess I wonder if does that stand for New Mexico personal training? Because I can use it. that enchiladas go through there. Well, yeah, I mean, paper plates and plastic, cutlery is fine for some people, but I cook too much. Oh, okay. Well, easily mistakable, but hey. NM is my initials. So, Mr. NM Personal Training. Let's see if you can. I bet you can identify this shirt real quick. That's your pop quiz question of the day. What TV show is this from? Now I realize it's backwards, but that's why it's a challenge. I'm a pretty big Anglophile when it comes to comedy and literature and Simpsons. Yeah, no. It's a British comedy show, not an American has-been show. Simpsons ain't been funny for 2 decades. Because unfortunately, it's been on for over 30 freaking years. In-betweeners. Red Dwarf, man, come on. You got to revoke your British, British license. You don't get to be a British person anymore. I mean, I could have had a little bit more thing. You never watched that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got to revoke your British subject, license because that, that and Father Ted, 2 of the funniest TV shows for any nation at any time in the world, in America, in history. You can't tell me that there's Antiques Roadshow. Yes, I loved the original Antiques with Mr. Dick Dixon. He was great. I loved the original show. The original Antiques Rodeo, or no, that was Bargain Hunt. Bargain Hunt. That's what I'm thinking of. That was a good show. I enjoyed watching that one. The other, let's see, The Good Life was a good TV show from the 70s. Rising Damp was also a fun one. Oh, but he was entertaining. Oh, he was so entertaining. He had such a great personality. I mean, the original, like the original What Not to Wear. The original version, British version, I loved watching those two women. The American version sucked, just like The Office. The British version was good. The American version sucked. I couldn't stand it. Three's Company, originally a British show. America made it big, but they pretty much word for word, the pilot episode is almost word for word identical to the British show. Are You Being Served? It was okay. Yeah. Diesel Gypsy, I believe I have them. I am subscribed to them, I believe. I'm not positive. I think so. Let me just pull up the old interwebinations here. Let's see here. The old Tube of You. Let me go to my trucking channel here, because I have several channels. I have a personal channel, I have a sailing channel, and I have the trucking channel. Diesel Gypsy. Let's see here. Oh, no, I didn't. I did not have the Diesel Gypsy. Another good old Korean driver here in the United States. A couple days ago, he was up in Montana dealing with the weather. That's too bright. Yeah, well. Yeah, let's go to Diesel Gypsy. It's going to be in Korean, but you can still watch. But I always love seeing any type of trucker, no matter what style of truck you do, car hauling, tanker, local, OTR, heavy haul like I do. And I enjoy watching it all. I like, because I always learn something. And speaking of heavy haul truckers, I met Sergei Drachev the other day in Mandeville, Arkansas. Didn't get a chance to talk to him a lot, but got to shake his hand, got to meet him. That was nice. Sorry for the. Let me fix that. I don't think you want that. There we go. I apologize for that one. It's not that kind of channel. Rosemary and Thyme. That was a good murder mystery show. What was her name? Dang. She was on The Good Life in the 70s. Then she went and did a TV show after that on her own. And then she dropped out. Felicity something. I think it was Felicity was her name. I can't remember her last name now. All right. All right. I want to say Felicity. I don't know if that. Felicity Kendall, Felicity something. I have to look that one up. All right. All right. New sheet is on the bed. We are making progress. Okay, well, oh man. Well, that's why I use the special less ugly filter on the camera here, so I don't break anybody else's mirrors or any cameras or anything. I got to buy the special anti-ugly, filters. All right. So let's put the top sheet on. And that's close enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not going to get inspected by the drill sergeant, so. All right. So this is a full-size mattress. First two blankets are queen size, so when it starts getting cold, I just double them up. Well, actually, 3 blankets. Okay. So these are just doubled over. Beep, bop, boop. And the last one. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, basically all that stuff. Just keeping a clean truck also helps to keep you a little bit sane. It gives you something else to do besides driving. And speaking of vacuums, let me grab my vacuum here. Oops. So this is the vacuum that I use. It's a Black & Decker Dustbuster Flex Lithium. It's got the little container, the canister style. Pretty decent long hose. Runs pretty good. I mean, I haven't had it too long, but it runs better than any other vacuum I've had. But that works pretty good. All right. All right. So the bed's halfway made. So I still got to fold some t-shirts up and put them away, and yeah, a little bit. Birds have never been a problem getting in the truck. It's the dang black fly that comes from nowhere, will find its way through a tiny crack about yay wide, and then when I got the doors wide open, he can't get out. It is still 3:15 in the afternoon here on Sunday. So I think Korea, there is a 15-hour difference, I believe it is. Yeah, I'm still in Central Time here in Tennessee. So about 14 to 15-hour difference to Korea. Oh, excuse me. But today has been a slow day, just like getting laundry done, got my paperwork sent in. Like I said, edit a little bit of video. I still got some more I want to do tonight. So about 6:30, I'm going to do another live, which I'm going to cut this one off at 3:30 here. So about 13 minutes, I'm going to cut this one off. So I said I got another video I got to edit and post. Maybe I'll get 2 done in that time. Like I said, I got the bed changed, got the clothes washed, and 95% of them washed, folded, and put away. So I got to do some t-shirts. I got a little bit of dishes to do. But when I go take a shower, I'll take some dishes in with me, wash them in there. Hey, free hot water, no time limit. Why not? A little bit of trash to pick up, vacuum the floor, sweep out the front. I'm going to be putting an air hose up in the front, running off the passenger seat air line, so I have a way to blow out the dust a little bit better. But other than that, not too crazy of a day today. Yeah. Oh yeah. Other than that, nothing really that exciting going on at the moment. Basically it's waiting to get my Virginia permit. So tomorrow morning, I have to wait, first of all, for the Department of Transportation in Virginia. I have to wait for them to open, work through the backlog of permit requests. And then they got to send that to the office. Then the office will send it to me. Then I can print it out. Then I can review it, set on my waypoints along the way. Then I can go and get into Virginia. We're not going to be able to make the delivery on Monday, tomorrow, which I wanted to do. If I had a permit, I would have continued to drive, but I'm not going to be able to deliver till Tuesday anyway, so no big deal. Yeah. Shut down a little bit more. There we go. So Monday, I got about 500 miles to drive Monday to get near Tappahannock. And, then said Tuesday morning, get up and deliver, then go see where I'm going to be sent to for my next load, which could be Baltimore. It could be Newport News, or I could go into back down to Kernsville, North Carolina, where I could pick up somewhere in North Carolina. So, I have plenty of places I can pick up at. It's just a matter of what the what kind of load I can get. Yes, I have a Canon Pixma TR4522 fax printer copier. It's got an automatic feed. It'll print double-sided. Not a bad printer for $50. It's all tied through my internet access here, which let me put this down here. Show you the company I use. This is the company I use, unlimitedville.com. I don't know why Chrome reverses it, but there you go. Unlimitedville.com. I've been using this for about a year now. This is the mobile device. They have ones for the home. They have contracts with basically every carrier in America. Sprint, Verizon, AT&T. I use the AT&T version. I think it gives me the best possible signal. I can upload a video onto YouTube, do the live feeds, and watch YouTube. I can do two of those things at the same time. My GPS is running off of it. My computer, my MacBook, my iPad, my phone, my watch. It all is connected through the this router, hotspot device. And I have almost no problems with it. Oh, it's not reversing your screen. Outstanding. Yep. About 10 hours of driving, but because I am heavy haul, that is not exactly always going to happen that like that, you know. Because I'm driving a flatbed and I secured the load myself, I have to stop at 50 miles from where I picked up. Then every 150 miles after that, I have to stop and check my load. I have to take a 30-minute break by 8 hours in the day. I can drive up to 11 hours in a 14-hour day. I have to have a 10-hour break between each day before I can get the full amount of hours back every time. So, you know, yes, and when I placed the order for this new device, I looked at the box and said, they sent me the home unit. But that's it. You know? So, you know, it comes in the outer sleeve. Let me turn that right side up here. It comes like that. You got the nice U on there, green sides, a little bit of a channel right there. Take the top off, and you see this, and a little bit of Velcro in there. You know, welcome to the. I'm going to build 2 little cards in here for setup and troubleshooting, contact numbers. That'll come out. So it just sits in this little recess right there, little tab. This is the old device that's no longer working. That's why I got the new one. So that just sits in there like that, all this stuff like that. That'll come out, sits in a little recess like that. Yep. Cardboard like that. There's your power plug, your power brick, and a USB micro cable. But nothing else in the box. Which, you know, it's like, okay, you know, that seems a bit unnecessary to me. Well, you've seen the unboxing videos, and they always talk about the experience. Oh my God, the experience is so nice. Ooh, I'm ripping off the plastic. It's like, really? I want a quality product, not the outside wrapper. Man, it's like a human being. The outside may be fantastic looking, but the inside is complete freaking garbage. What? I mean, I don't want a woman to be my wife if she's a rotten, nasty, vile shrew. Just because she looks good on the outside doesn't mean a damn thing. This was the box that the original one came in. You know, I'll cover up my address there. Well, it's set in like this. But this is the first box that this came in. All that same stuff was in this box. Almost 4 times the size. Why? You know? Oh, well, you know. It's the experience. You know, it's a nice looking box. I am impressed with the quality they put into the packaging. But, you know, all this stuff combined is about the size of a cell phone. I don't need a box that my laptop comes in. My laptop, my MacBook 12-inch, basically was in a box this size. Well, I agree, but, you know. It's just one of the things. Somebody in an office thought it was a great idea to spend all this extra money on packaging. I guess they're making enough money, you know, from the subscription that I pay and other people pay, that they felt it was worth it, you know. Let's put that back up there. Oh, well, like I said, this has been a very good thing because when I started doing YouTube and I was relying on the truck stop Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi at a restaurant or Starbucks or whatnot, it just wasn't working. I had too many problems with it. The security, the security stuff that's on there in their system preventing uploads. I got tired of it. So now I pay for that, and I have zero complaints about it whatsoever. I'm thoroughly happy with it. And as much bandwidth as I use, it's worth it. Well, I already have another box. I have the cardboard box that this thing shipped in. I could do that. But then where am I going to put that box? I might put the shirt, the pants, the shoes in there, the tie. Next time I go past my sister's house, drop it off there. If I need it again, I'll get a load past the house, whatnot. So, I mean, if I had a custom sleeper, everything would have a specific place and be designed for it. But I'm working on that. All right, so while it is 3:30 now, so we're going to cut this off here. Thank you all for watching. God bless. Just everybody be safe out there, and hopefully, everybody succeeds in what they desire to do. I will be back approximately 6 to 6:30 Central Time in the U.S. So basically 2.5 to 3 hours from now, I'll come back up and do an evening vlog, an evening live stream. I got another video I got to get edited and posted tomorrow. Like I said, got to wait till my permits come in, approximately 9 a.m. roughly. Then get myself through past Knoxville, Tennessee, up into Virginia, take that all the way up, go across over to Richmond, the state capital. Then somewhere near my delivery, I'll be parking for the night. Then Tuesday morning, make my delivery, then see where my next load is going to take me. So have a good night, everybody. Hopefully see you later. And God bless. Thank you very much.